So Real Madrid got destroyed by PSG 4-0. It was a hard match to watch, but there's one big problem that this match showed us, and that is not to put the blame on Xabi. It's not to put the blame on Asensio, Rudiger. It's actually to bring up a subject which has become so important in football, which is pressing. And did you see PSG's pressing? Their pressing was on point. Their attackers were pressing like crazy. Literally. Like that is what I want to see at Real Madrid, and we didn't see it. Because yes, we can blame Asensio. He slipped up. We can look at Rudiger. He also had a very big slip up. And that was all caused due to the intense pressing from PSG. And I'm jealous. I'm honestly very jealous because we have two attackers there up front. Two wingers. Two left wingers. Vini Jr., Kylian Mbappé. And let's be honest, they don't press. It's upsetting because Xabi Alonso spoke about this and he said, those who don't press, they're not gonna play. But these players are barely pressing. Like they pressed in the first minute of the game. I enjoyed it. It felt like there was life in Real Madrid. But then it quickly faded away. They stopped pressing after about a few minutes. And overall, I look at the opposite side. I see the flip side. PSG's attackers are going crazy. One player that we have to talk about is Ousmane Dembele. Because remember, Vini Jr. and Mbappé are both players that are chasing the Ballon d'Or. They're chasing the Ballon d'Or and neither of them have won a Ballon d'Or. Now the thing is, I look at Dembele. Dembele plays like a player who's gonna win the Ballon d'Or. He showed them how you win a Ballon d'Or, which is pressing, mentality, not just goal scoring, but showing your mentality on the pitch. He was pressing like a dog. Truly. I will say when you compare Vini and Mbappé to just Dembele, he dog walks them like crazy. Like they are not on his level. And that might sound funny, matter of fact. A few years ago that would kind of be laughable to say. But he's far better than them. He is the player that I think Real Madrid need. Real Madrid absolutely need a player like that. Someone who will press like a dog, will score you goals, is world class. That is what Dembele is, and that is what we are not seeing from Vini Jr. and Kylian Mbappé. Two of these supposed best players in the world, we are not seeing it from them. And if they don't change it, if one of them don't change it, it's over. It's over for one of them because, in my opinion, I see Gonzalo Garcia as a starter and I don't see him losing his spot. I don't see it. Maybe if this was under Ancelotti, Gonzalo wouldn't be playing. But because it's under Xabi, I see big changes coming. Because Gonzalo presses. He's a classic number 9. Mbappé is a winger. Vini is a winger. They are not proper 9s and they barely press. It's funny because even our goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois told Dembele that he presses a lot. It's like he threw shade on Vini and Mbappé and I don't blame him. They absolutely need to understand that they need to press. Because let me actually tell you why pressing is so important. And we're gonna use this match as a big example. The pressing was so crazy. Players who could control the game couldn't even handle the ball without losing the ball. Look at Arda Güler. You know, we always praise Arda Güler. We say that he controls the tempo and all the stuff. He didn't control anything in that match. He was being pressed like crazy. Our players are usually press resistant. But PSG's pressing was so great that they completely broke the team mentally. Because pressing also involves the psychological game. They destroyed us in every way, shape and form. On the pitch, they were hunting for more goals. Real Madrid, who were behind, were playing like a team that were in the lead. And you know, we were talking about how Dembele outworked Vini and Mbappé. His work rate is insane. And we have to actually ask this question. Why do they not press? Or if they press, why don't they press as hard as Dembele? And I'm gonna honestly say this, it's because the two of them are both explosive dribblers, and therefore with them not pressing, they conserve energy. And I actually understand this. It's an old tactic from people like Ancelotti, Didier Deschamps. They don't really want their attackers to press because it conserves energy and it helps them, because if you give Kylian Mbappé or Vini Jr. one counter attack and they have the energy to run, they can seriously change the game. And that is why I would actually agree with them not pressing. So Xabi Alonso actually went into the press and said that he made a big mistake with playing 3 attackers in this match. Now if I'm Vini or if I'm Mbappé, I'm scared. I'm worried because that means that one player is going to be dropped. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't think it's gonna be Gonzalo. I see it either being Vini or Mbappé. Because let's be honest, Rodrigo is out of it already. He's gonna leave the club. I think it's set in stone. If we are only gonna play with two attackers, then there is no space for Rodrigo. And some of you guys in the comments, and yes, I do read your comments, a right wing back. I saw someone said Rodrigo can play a right wing back. And let me tell you something, that is disrespectful towards Rodrigo. He could be starting and playing for any big club in his favorite position. And to take a player of his quality and say, oh, you can play a right wing back, that is some of the most disrespectful things I think I've ever heard. And there have also been many reports that Real Madrid are going to make more signings and also sell some players. Now that is big because, as we said, Rodrigo's gonna leave. What's gonna happen to Endrick? What is gonna happen to him? I saw reports that he's gonna play right wing. Things are truly up in the air. Rodrigo's on the bench and our attack is just looking all over the place at the moment. Real Madrid get back into action in La Liga on the 19th of August. That is about a month from now. Maybe a month and 10 days. That is a good break for the players. And I don't see a pre-season coming in between. Endrick, Mastantuono, players like that, their opportunity to shine is not in pre-season. It is going to be in the actual season. And I think Mastantuono is going to be an important signing. Is he ready? We don't know just yet. We're gonna have to wait for him to play in the match. But I think he's gonna be massive for this team. He's gonna be a breath of fresh air. A left-footed right winger is something this team needs. If Rodrigo's gonna leave, Mastantuono is perfect for this current team. So now we go on, we talk about another new signing, Alvaro Carreras. Listen, with Alvaro Carreras, I think he's an important signing. And you know what? Maybe some of us were fooled by that Fran Garcia performance. Maybe some of us was fooled and we thought, you know what? Maybe we don't need Carreras, we have Fran Garcia. But guess what? After that PSG performance in which Doué was chilling, Desiree Doué was chilling at right wing. Because he was toying with Fran Garcia. We need someone like Carreras. Carreras pocketed Yamal. He pocketed Yamal. He pocketed Olise. What do you think he would do to Doué? We also have to now talk about the two players that were missing in this match. The two players that was in fact missing in this match were Dean Housen and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the thing is, they are new signings, but they are very important in this project. Without them, it felt like we were playing Ancelotti football again. Listen, I don't know if we would have won that match, but I do know they would have made somewhat of a difference. Maybe we need a new midfielder. You guys tell me there in the comment section, do you think we need a new midfielder? I'm gonna say maybe no, but I don't know yet. So you guys tell me there in the comment section. But listen, if you enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And up here's a video about Rodrigo, in which there's a lot of rumors surrounding him. So click on that if you want to see that. But if you enjoyed, smash like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Peace out.